All right, hello for the Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. This is messages for your month of October, and better late than never. Okay, there's a lot going on. There's a reason for this delay in between. I actually got stopped. Things have totally changed with how information comes through. I mean, there's scenes, okay? So, as always, this is for rising signs, moon signs, as well as the sun signs, right? Maybe Venus as well. So there's a lot of information. There's so much coming through. There's a lot of names. So much is being revealed during this time for you guys. 44, seeing that right there on the clock, 44 seconds. So let's see. So as always, this is some scorpionic shit, because that's what it is. It's being revealed. We also have like legal stuff, justice things. So as I was starting, so like seriously, 3 days ago, I was ready to come and do this or something like this. And I got stopped, but it was a necessary thing. It was good. It was good news, fun stuff. 1014 spotlighted as that new moon eclipse. This is planting those new seeds. I'm saying this is closure and like even justice, because it is in this Libra season, right? And then moving into the Scorpionic. So, okay. So lots of different names, guys. Lots of different names. Lots of different weird stuff. This is Halloween-y time too. So we're going to pull in some creepy shit, because that's what you do. Watching some horror movies. So the way things shifted for me, so I started getting a lot of repeating names, there's songs, and then before I got to come to the video, then it would be revealed to me, but it could be multiple people. And when I give you a name, it can be a first name or a last name. I'm realizing these can be vice versa. It can be a town. But there's scenes in movies. Okay, I'm gonna start with Kevin, because that's what it started with. It started with Kevin. And then lo and behold, so as I'm trying to decipher who is Kevin, so we got Kevin Gates, the singer, rapper, and Imagine That, okay? And Stop Lying. And so when, as far as signs that might be linked with this, Virgo's very spotlighted. There's also Will. Okay, I know this is gonna be so weird, so it's cryptic, but I'm seeing the messages fairly clearly as an understanding, and these are some of the things that are happening in our world, right, that we don't really want to. That's what this is, wanting justice for people who harm others, or if you've been harmed, or as a child, or protecting, you know what I mean? So, and then Tupac, Eazy-E, Eric, a lot of Eric. So with Kevin, so we've got some political stuff, cleaning the house out. Do you know what I mean? Okay, then you're not gonna believe it, but Nancy came through, and you're not gonna believe this. So let's start with some scary movies. Of course, let's start with Scream, the original Scream. So at the very beginning scene, we have Drew Barrymore playing Casey, who gets the phone call. Now, okay, so this is some deep stuff, but it's little pieces of movies that help give me a decipher. So there's a copycat killer. I've got places too. So there's some that's an island, and so Kauai, but other islands, the island, but there's also Idaho, Arizona, Minnesota. Those are the main ones that were spotlighted. Utah, Washington, and Portland, Oregon, Florida. Okay, some of you dealing with a bad mom, or you had a bad mom, or you need to stop calling your mom, especially if she's already passed over, because you get the show Insidious and Tiptoe Through the Tulips. So there's also like this dream warrior thing. Okay, we got Freddy and Freddy's The Nightmare on Elm Street. We also get Halloween, which is no, that's Mike Myers. So what's Friday the 13th? Oh my gosh, we have a Friday the 13th in this month as well. There's the homecoming dances are spotlighted. So the scene for Friday the 13th, we have Jason Voorhees. So Jason's also a name, okay? But now understand. So in the movie of Scream, when he's asking Casey questions. You know, who's the murderer? And she says, it's Jason. No, it was Jason's mother. Okay? You got a bad mother here. Like, there's so darkness with this mother, but it also goes, so it's not always that, right? Okay, you need to understand that. So we're gonna pull in on, you know, the Ruby and the Franks. We got that Kevin. We got Jody. Those things that's in the spotlight. And then we got Lori, who just got sentenced to life. And all of these are also interlinked with spiritual belief systems, cult, religious type things. Another one that's spotlighted, in the news, was a mother actually abusing and burning and choking her child for not wearing her head garb. So Muslim. So do you see what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be that it's not about what the religious belief type things. It's about the domination and the child abuse to control, and it can happen in others that don't. So you also get the show, the Netflix show Midnight Mass. So we've got some Catholicism in there too. Very different from the beliefs of other Christians or even Mormons, but still a same type of thing where I find it fascinating in that show, the way they can find scripture to justify all of the evil things that they do. So I'm gonna put spotlight once again on the Pearls, Debbie and Mike Pearls, still out and about, flaunting their book about training up your child, which is about, this isn't about disciplining your child, this is about beating them before they misbehave at a young age, and there are deaths linked to them and they are still out. So people wanting justice. We also have so children who can be very, so Eric Smith is spotlighted as a child back in the 90s, killed a little boy, and he is out on bail. And so also understanding that the people who go through traumatic, a thing like this, have to consistently for the rest of their freaking life until this person is no longer present on this earth, go to appeals and all those things to try and keep them in jail. So we've also got the movie Split. Okay, so we're gonna jump into some M. Night Shyamalan. So if you understand this, we're talking about some mental type disorders and things that happen with this. And then the show Looper. So this has Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Bruce Willis in it, and then the people they play. So this one's gonna get you though, guys. Shutter Island. Oh, Leonardo DiCaprio, and we've got Mark Ruffalo in that, playing the detectives. So I also noticed detective or police in the family, or a father, or I mean, I guess it could be grandfather, something like this, or spouse, I don't know. But so needing to also know your rights regarding being detained or getting pulled over, or whatever, about giving the phones over. There's information on people's phones that always shows, you know, that's the whole thing. There's always a digital, so maybe you find things out on someone's phone, or that is the thing that cracks the case. Something's on Nancy's phone, so you're not even gonna believe it too. So with the political stuff, because we're talking about our whole world, okay? This is a collective thing of our world. And of course, I'm talking about, you know, the United States, but we've also got Canada, a prime minister, and accusations about like cocaine. Oh my gosh, Todd and Too Short. I mean, okay, I know there's so much. That's what I'm saying. There's so much going on. Okay, so let's go back to the Nightmare on Elm Street. Okay. It's definitely something happens either right before Christmas, or this has happened. It's like it comes to light, or it's right after. So about beginning of this year, we got some more stuff that happened in the southern Utah area. We got the Haight family, that's Haight, that came in spotlight. He killed his whole family because his wife wanted a divorce. And then his family, well, probably his mother, I'm assuming, or his, you know, people that just couldn't fathom that he would ever be this, that only saw the goodness, you know. They just pumped him up. He literally, there was 7 caskets. He killed his mother-in-law, all his children, and his wife. And it was known they were getting a divorce, and they are another LDS. Beautiful family, you know, because families are forever. That takes it to a whole nother level, doesn't it? So we're 12 minutes in already, and I haven't even got to the card. So like I said, there was like so much downloads. Okay, I know I'm bouncing all over the place with this, but I'm just letting it come out. So first, let's talk about people putting shit out there online about criminal acts and things that they've done, and it taking literally for years and years. So hopefully justice being served for the murder of Tupac. Yeah, the night that it happened at 96 was spotlighted. 96 also could be Virgo stuff, but I also saw 831 when I came in here, so maybe something in August, or that's someone's birthday. What is this? That's Virgo. Yeah, a lot of Virgo with this one. Ooh, interesting. Maybe I'll do another video for you, because there is a lot, okay? Whether it be all for you. Now, man, oh man. So Casey, who's Casey, guys? I don't, oh, okay. Casey Kasem. Okay, Casey Kasem. You guys remember this? So the situation with his marriage and there's a situation with like children of a first marriage type thing, right? And then like what happened. So I think it's on 48 Hours. You can check that out on the YouTube, 48 Hours. But what was going on with all of that? Casey Kasem, guys, if you don't know who he is, then you are young. This was the top 40s. His voice is so soothing, familiar. And he always said, right? What he always said, keep your feet on the ground and reach the stars. And there is a lot of drama with his in his family, and his body isn't even buried in the United States. His pinup wife that he was married to for 35 years, whatever, Jean, I don't know why I'm bringing this up, but I don't know if you knew this as well, but so Casey Kasem is also the voice of Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. So I'm immediately now taken with this to the movie Scream, where Casey played by Drew Barrymore, right? I'm saying and Drew. Maybe it's Andrew. I don't know. Or it's and, meaning, or Andy. Oh my gosh. This is weird. Because I'm seeing, I think it's Andy Kaufman. And Team Coco. Someone revealed on, they've revealed that they did certain things. Okay, even that Suge guy, whatever, O'Keefe, or I don't know his name, not O'Keefe, but the record producer guy who's being, he spoke, and there's so many videos of it, of him like kind of, like he brings up literally the AIDS thing with Eazy-E and his diagnosis, but he talks about it in a sense of, that's the way to kill someone. You just poke them with a needle. You go take blood from another. Dude, I watched the video. That was Jimmy Kimmel show. And then, I mean, I don't even know about it's just so many people clearly see him as someone who was involved. Also, P. Diddy, Sean P. Diddy. Oh my gosh, like, you guys know this stuff about him? Like, this is like the craziest celebrity weird shit that it's like, I just didn't want to know. His after hour parties. Oh my gosh. So this is really dealing a lot with young boys. Okay. Abusive boys. Ugh, man. Okay. Now we got Men in Black. Okay. We're jumping to Men in Black. Will Smith. Now, I think this one might be, so there's a time travel one, right? Where Will had the final Men in Black. He's Agent J. And then you got Tommy Lee Jones, Agent K, who is also Kevin. And talks about everybody at the post office, is an alien, basically. They need to wake up Agent K. And then McCarthy. Or maybe, there's so many Kevin. I was like, oh my goodness, what is this all about? Crazy shit. So I'm saying this month is so much being revealed. I will also say that it could also be like these deep hidden fears coming to light. Okay, something about the dreams even. So there's definitely some 12th house energy, which is things that confine us. It literally can be jail. Someone may be being released, actually. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and there's fear because they're not mentally stable and they don't see things clearly. So we also have, Mark Ruffalo in Now You See Me with the Four Horsemen. Yeah. And Metallica, Four Horsemen. Okay. I also have to say Harvester. What is this Metallica with Lars and James Hetfield? What is this? Harvester of Sorrow and Justice for All. So then we got Method Man. I came to bring the pain, hardcore from your brain. Okay? So this is deep inside this hidden fears. So these are the fears. Whole family. There's actually a term for this in detectiveness and the homicide place. And then there is the fear of the mother harming the children and herself, right? So, and So as I was letting things flow, getting my little information, my little information. Like I said, the Leonardo DiCaprio, and he thinks he's a detective. Now also, like I said, it interlinks with this whole split thing where there's like the different personalities. And the show Looper with Bruce Willis and Joe. And if you understand this, he goes, his younger self kills his older self to stop the pattern, the cycle. I know it's a weird thing. But then we've got Nancy. Ugh, Nancy. Nancy might be a neighbor, an aunt, a daughter for some. So, like I said, it takes me to the Nightmare Before Christmas with Nancy and Heather, that is the actress, Robert Englund, and that is Wes Craven. So we've also got the new nightmare. Actually, it's the new nightmare. There's a new nightmare. Oh boy. And that's where it says, "Why are you calling me Nancy?" It's the scene where she's talking to her co-star and they start using, the actors or the actors' names, and they fall back into, and her son's name is Dylan. Okay, so the brand new 2023 is the new nightmare, and it's Dylan's new nightmare. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put this out here, because it is getting long, and these were just some crazy downloads of different things. Man, okay. Before I finish this, I have to talk about why Shutter Island. So understanding that with the Leonardo DiCaprio, I think he plays detective, and he plays a detective, right? So I'm just seeing, and same thing with John, plays a detective. He's Detective John, which is Nancy's father in that. The new nightmare. And who is Freddy? When we think, what's the story behind Freddy? Is supposedly he was a bad guy, and that the family, and I'm not, if you don't know it, then dive deep into it. So whatever floats your boat, because we also have it and the little Georgie, you lied and I died. You lied and I died. We also got a Christmas Story, but this is a different one. This is like a mistress at dinner, at the Christmas dinner, at a family get-together. Ha! Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy! Some of this is real life and some of it is make-believe, but with the movies and different things like this. But you also get, with the Scream show, you got the copycat killers, and I believe this was in Idaho. And these are the young people. Okay? So both in the movie Insidious, and then we've got the Dream Warriors, and you get the one where it's like they're in a mental hospital trying to stay up late. And whoever it is, it's prime time, bitch, and Freddy's back. Oh shit. So if any of this weirdness, oh gosh, I'm not finished, there's more. If any of this weirdness makes any sense to you, then and if not, then maybe this monthly message will not be for you. But I'm going to go through and pull the cards that pertain to these different energies I want to say energy vampires. Because there is this vampire-ish type thing, right? And the irony of, a vampire gives you the immortality, I guess, and youthfulness, and heals you, like, and if you've not watched Midnight Mass, that on Netflix sounds pretty crazy. But oh my gosh, there's so much Bible stuff in it, right? So just beware of that. And so that's one island, and they're trying to get off it. Okay, we got Riley, and there was another Riley was spotlighted that was a teacher. So people, it's coming to light, people that you didn't really know, like teachers, paramedics, rapists and sex abusers. That's child, bad human beings. And that's what I think the shining the light on the darkness is. You see? So we shine a light on it, and then we can handle it. And so in a lot of places where you might see a lot of crime, or on TV, or there's this person got charged, this. So Texas was also spotlighted too, right? But I really think it is because their law enforcement in that particular place is on the ball with getting shit done. In other places where they just want to release them and rehabilitate them, they've been rehabilitated, and then they get out and they just go commit more horrific crimes. So I don't know here. Okay, I never finished because I was like, I really didn't want to. So Shutter Island, if you're not familiar with that show, just major warning, there is another one that's so horrible with the bad mom thing again, and it's the show Precious. These precious things, Tori Amos. And then we got Depeche Mode, Precious. So the show Precious, and what happens to her in that show, and her bad mother. You know what I mean? So it's not, you can't target a specific age, race, sex, spiritual denomination. You know what I mean? Because you can find it in all. Economic status. You know? It's in all. I mean, it's in every walk of life. There is evil. Human beings. So I think people really just, because we know this, and the biggest, slimiest one, because the Bible does say, that Satan masquerades as an angel of light, or Lucifer masquerades as an angel of light. So I often think those are the slimiest of them all, aren't they? The ones who are like, hey, buddy, hey, pal, I got your back, da-da-da. And so deciphering the body language and being able to see through and see a person's true colors even when everyone else can't, that can be frustrating, because it's like you sense it, you see it. We also have the weirdness of random strangers delivering TMI, too much information, when you first meet them. So whether this has happened to you, and then they give you information that is like huge red flag about who they are, or or even maybe something triggers in them, whether it be your physical appearance, something you say, or there's something that brings a person unconsciously towards you, or I'm like, or me, because I've had this happen as well, that someone just delivers some really intense things. Now, before and it doesn't always mean that they're like confessing, they may just be sharing some deep hurts that you've triggered unknowingly. And so that's like this, whoa, get taken back, right? Because, so I'm going to give a few different ideas of situations. I'm not going to give clearly they're strangers really, or you're just barely getting to know them even, and they really tell you things that are like, oh my gosh, just need to get the fuck away from you. Or it's like a happy moment, and then they deliver some information about, someone in their life dying or being murdered or committing suicide or something, or they're being, they deliver information to you that is like startling. So I've had this couple examples. So going out to breakfast, lunch, dinner, something like this, going out to a restaurant and having your waiter or waitress see your ID or something, and so literally I was in a different state and gave my ID because I was having like a cocktail or something, and the state I'm from reminded the person that they were going to move there. They were going to move there, and for some reason they didn't. And their family member that did move there got murdered by their neighbor. Like, oh wow, I hope you enjoyed your meal. But it was like a deep hurt that was being triggered. Another one, here's an example, and this one doesn't have to do with, but I went to I don't know, it was a state place, maybe it was like for a social security card, a driver's license, a wedding certificate, or birth certificate, something like this, and going to the window with a person, and they're looking at information that shows your birthplace. Or I literally had a person who I did not know look at where I was born and other places, and it trigger a memory of them, of some girls. This was a dude, okay? And it was like some girl that he had loved, but she hadn't loved him back the same, and there was like a third party there. And the weirdest situation was he just starts sharing this information with me about this hurt, right? And I don't know if maybe he's very talkative, always open like this, and I see another person who works in the same cubicle area hear him and all of this story he's saying, and slide around and be like, I've never heard this before. So there's something weird about that. And it will have to do with people telling you deep hurts, or you've experienced this. Several times I've had people come up and tell me about suicide of a loved one. Whether it be a son, out of the blue. And when this was happening, it would also trigger me, because it would be like, why are you doing this? Because I have my own hurt with that. Okay. But, or even telling you about mental issues that they've been diagnosed with that can, whether it be something like dissociative identity disorder, or the multiple personality, or schizophrenia, where there's an actual blackout and loss of control when they're under a certain duress or stress, or something creates that, right? Sets it off. So I also got a major message. So if you dealt with somebody in your life who did harm themselves, and they did have some type of a mental or psychological diagnosis, and you've been still wondering why, the answer is that what they saw themselves doing, or the voices they were hearing, I know this is the creepiest thing ever, but it literally, like the show with Looper, okay? It was like seeing that was a way of protecting others from them. Like there was some really horrific thing that they were gonna do, because there's a sense of not having control over the urges or the voices or the blackouts, or and it was like that was the only way they knew they could stop themselves from causing harm to others in a violent manner. And the different meds, they mess people up. They screw people up. Sometimes you can't come back after those meds, man. Sometimes it messes with your chemistry in your brain. So, and I often see that that's always the thing, like, just, throw a pill at it, but I've also seen those pills mess people up and not help. And yeah. Okay, you guys are getting a long one. Holy crap, Aries. All right. So for all my Aries out there, I know this was creepy, and I still didn't want, it's like I can't even bring myself to tell you about something. Because it is so hard to fathom or imagine, and so, but it is in the recent news. This is things that are in the current news, the current energy. This isn't things from the past being dredged back up. This is something that's current. And the woman, a mother's name was Nancy. So I am kind of, and this was in Alabama. So right after I was getting this of where are the children? That's all with Leonardo DiCaprio and The Truth. And then we got A Few Good Men with, Tom Cruise and Jack Nicholson. I almost forgot about Jack. Can't forget about Jack. Jack Black. This is a tribute. Oh, you get Eric Cartman in South Park, and Kyle's mom's a bitch. Oh, shit. And Ricky's mom's a bitch. Sorry. And then you got Tupac. Why do you think they call you a bitch? Oh, dang. So someone really thinks someone is a big old fat bitch. And it's a mother. And it doesn't have to do with, it has to do with hurting people or trying to ruin stuff, or I don't know. It's just, so someone's, yeah. Your mama. I'm just kidding. What's the show? Oh yeah, I got the Hanky the Christmas Poo. Someone's throwing some poop. It's like, so, oh, Kyle throws poop at Eric Cartman for singing that Kyle's Mom is a Bitch song. And it's Hanky the Christmas poo. And then you get someone shits themselves. Oh yeah, it's the school counselor is gonna shit himself when he finds this out. Okay, woo! All right, so much going on. See, I'm still avoiding this one. Okay, no, I did. I said Nancy and her kids. So this was in Alabama, Mobile, Alabama. So I'm just saying there's something on the mobile. You always find out when because things that you have deleted can be recovered. So there's always a digital thing. And I'm just telling you, if you are suspicious of something with someone in your family, although that may seem like it takes away from their privacy, you do not actually, unless they have a warrant for your phone, you don't need to deliver your phone to any law enforcement. However, I'm talking about a family type dynamic, and if you're with a spouse, I mean your children even, right? There's something on the phone. If something is nagging at you and they're being weird, you'll find it. Check the history. Check the history. Check the history on their apps. Check the history. Check the history. That's how I'm ending this one, Aries. Check the history. Okay? Bye-bye.